We are locked in. HasBeens Podcast Season 4. What is episode 4 or 5, Twan?
Of the new season? I don't know. I know we on like episode 132 overall, right?
No, we like 140 something overall.
I think I've been stuck on 132 for years. But season 4,
Yeah.
episode. No,
Why
I'm
do
sticking
I-
with 132.
I'm terrible at
I don't care
this.
about the real number.
He been at 132 for like 2
Like,
months. But HasBeens Podcast, man, Season 4. I'm going to say episode 4. I feel like that's right.
It is episode 4.
Got it. I told you, man. I'm back. We're back. Twan in the building. Cam Will in the building. Mike is out. He's serving our country. Shout out to Mike. We got a special guest in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
Big dog from none other than Tuskegee U. Tuskegee University. You know what I mean?
Feel me?
They keep asking, like, are you just going to keep bringing Tuskegee people on the pod? I'm like, well, when Tuskegee people stop excelling, I'll stop bringing them on.
That's crazy.
But until then, we're going to keep that vibe going, man. So we got just another great Tuskegee male man. You know, whatever, what pronoun, you don't want to be don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah, I'm just no disrespect to you. I ain't taking no shots at you.
Check his signature if you want to know that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying no disrespect. I don't want to start the pod off with disrespect. We gonna get to disrespecting, but not right now, man. But before we get to the disrespect, man, let's get serious, man. I got my guy in the building, man. I appreciate him coming through first and foremost. Me and Twan ambushed him a couple months ago. Told him, you got to come on the pod, man, and he made it happen for us.
I did remind y'all too. So.
Yeah, that's what I said. Then he came back, circled the block, and was like,
I caught him in the club
what's
the other
good?
day too.
Yeah.
So you gonna be good to talk, right? And he was like, yeah, we gonna be good. We gonna try.
Yeah, we've been ambushing him, and he brought the smoke. He like, what's good? You forgot? I'm like, no, I didn't. So we made it happen. We got Archie Clay in the building, man. I got a bio for him, man. Originally from Chattanooga, Tennessee, man. I don't know if a lot of people know that, man. He from the mountains, man. He a mountain man.
Niggas gonna be like, what?
Raised though, East Atlanta, man. Decatur Stone Mountain. You know what I mean?
Usher.
Huh?
He had the Usher upbringing.
Tuskegee grad, man. Turn up, class of 12 or 13. We came in together, but we all left at different times. What year you got out?
I came out at 12.
Okay, class. I'm 13.
I'm
Oh
14.
yeah, you wasn't. I was still
Yeah,
there.
we came in together, but we left. Yeah, we left at different times. A member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, man.
I already know Gamma Phi.
Just a serial entrepreneur, an innovator, a CEO, man, of Wear Brims, a Patron partner, and man, one of the founders of the first black hat company to be sold in Nordstrom. You know what I mean? I think I was on Twan. There we go. You can't hear him, but I got the claps going for you in the background, man. Shouts out to Archie, man. Archie Clay in the building. Shouts out to you again. Appreciate it coming through.
Of course, man.
Welcome,
Of course.
welcome.
Thank y'all, man. Amazing things that y'all doing over here, man. Dope shit for sure.
Appreciate it, man. We going the intro part. That's just we already know each other, so I want to get right into it. I want the people to get to know you. Here go the background. Twan and already came at your upbringing. You know what I mean? But we not gonna start there. We gonna kind of start where you at right now, and then we gonna kind of walk back. We gonna step. And I cannot say that. I was about to use a reference to an artist who used to make it. Ooh, sir. But what we gonna do is we gonna do a nice little dance move. Round and round, side to side and shit. Yeah.
We know what we used to do back in the day.
Yeah,
I was
that's
on
what I was about
a road
to
trip
say.
this weekend. A couple of them songs came on. I was listening to T-Pain.
Can we
He
get
got some
to
features,
this?
my nigga. I didn't hit skip.
I seen you say that in the group chat and I ignored you. I'm going to ignore you now. I have to train myself. That is not okay. So we getting into Wear Brims, man. We are here now. Wear Brims, Archie Clay, CEO, founder. Let's start it off. 2016 is when the brand launched, but obviously anybody who's done anything knows that there's something that happens even before the world sees it. So obviously 2016 is when you launched. When did you actually first start conceptualizing this idea?
So honestly, it was August 2016. So I was going through a breakup. trying to get my mind away from that shit and really wanted to kind of find an outlet that made sense. And like fashion was one of them things. And coming from a sales and marketing degree, it was just like, shit, like what can I do to create something special? Mm-hmm. So my grandmother passed away from cancer when I was in college, my sophomore year, right? So for me, that changed the whole scope of how I thought about shit because my grandmother was such an amazing individual, inspiring, powerful, just loving and shit, but didn't have any wealth to pass down. And I remember being at the funeral, just like, damn, like she's gone, but like there's nothing else. There's nothing to pass down. Right. There's no type of generational anything, right? So fast forward after, I graduated, like I was always thinking about like, yo, what is going to be my legacy and what is going to be something I'm going to pass down as well? And honestly, money. You know what I mean? So for me, it was just like, I need to create something. At that time, I was working in retail, making good money, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't happy. I felt kind of like, I just kind of felt like this is where I wanted to be. Like, I didn't really want to be in retail. I honestly know where I wanted to be, but I know it wasn't retail. Okay.
I was going to ask you, bro. I tried that in high school.
Honestly, my mom got me the job out of college. We graduated 2012. I graduated 2012. I literally got a job at Target in this management program.
Right.
And I was making good money, but like, this is not what I want to do because the hours is crazy. Like, I was working, like, I'll be at like 5 o'clock and leaving like at 6. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it wasn't an ideal job, but at the same time, it's like I was making money.
It's fresh out of school.
I was fresh out of school and I had a job. Cool. I wasn't complaining with money and shit. But, fast forward to 2016, man, I had the idea. I was like, damn, okay, maybe hats, did some research. And I was talking to my boy Phil. And I was like, man, I got the idea for brims, but brims won't work because I actually took brims and tried to do an LLC for it. But it wouldn't work because brims do too common of a name.
Right.
So I was talking to Phil. He was like, why don't you just put wear brims, do wear brims.
Right.
In front. He was like, we ain't got to have no real true meaning behind it. It's just a catchy name that works. Mm-hmm. So shit, like I had the idea and the name. I called my co-founder Tahj, like, yo, I got an idea for this hat company. I've always thought you was fashionable, thought you was pretty talented from a creative standpoint from what I saw. Shit, come fuck with me. But at that time, he wasn't even in Atlanta. He was in Alabama. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, shit, let's do. So after that, nigga, we went. Nigga, I had that shit moving. We had samples and everything within the next 2 months.
Okay. Oh, so y'all fast tracked it. It was like
right to it.
Let's get straight to it.
Because for some reason my mind just had clicked, and it was just like, let's just go with it.
I get exactly because my shit ramped up kind of like that, where it was like same type of energy. I was just down on my luck, thinking about like what I was gonna be after all this over with.
Right.
So I wanted to create something. And I had some bread, started buying shit, bop, and I got the shit going like 3-4 months. So, that's just great to hear that parallel story, man. I just love when you bring people on here, you kind of you feel similar stories, you kind of share similar paths, even though it's not the identical path. No, so that's dope to hear for sure.
I think that's kind of like normally like, you want to hear people say that because a lot of times we all have those ideas. We just don't hear it enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't
middle part of it. Right, you don't see the end goal. Like I'm here now.
It's a lot of talented niggas out here in the world, bro.
For sure.
But especially being black, niggas don't have the access and don't have niggas doing that shit. So it's like it's hard for niggas to really see themselves actually doing it.
That's it's also rooted where you haven't seen anybody. So we kind of the first generation of people who you gonna look up and be like the who's who of the world. Right. Are going to be people that look just like you, where us is like, in fashion, it's like, black person, shit. You better buy this shit and just keep the fuck moving, you know what I mean? Versus now, and we're going to talk about that, we kind of disrupting shit that's going on. I think we are the culture of disrupting, you know what I mean? That's kind of what we are here to do. So, getting back to your journey, though, you get it, y'all launch. Talk to us about kind of scaling, because you go from coming up with this idea to, all right, we got our samples, we kind of obviously we got hats, we trying to sell them to you, the consumer, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you do the background stuff, and maybe you didn't at the beginning of target marketing or whatever. I'm sure you'll speak to all this type of stuff,
right?
From going from back of the trunk type energy where you just kind of getting them hats out there the best way you can, to now you, again, like we said at the beginning, the first Black-owned hat company being sold in Nordstrom.
Right.
Talk to us about scaling the business and also kind of touch on just disrupting, because you stepping into a lane, like we said, that are dominated by people that don't look like us. You trying to make your mark. So speak to both kind of parts of it, the scaling and disrupting.
So I'll say, when it comes to like scaling the business and shit, it's like we don't know what the fuck you're doing, honestly. Niggas is really just hustling, honestly, in the beginning. The first 2 years is really like just doing pop-ups, being in city. The product wasn't the best, honestly. Mm-hmm. First 2-3 years, the product was not the best. Like, I look back like, oh, the hats we had was one of the flimsiest hats I ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you passionate about your shit. Like, you learning. Like, like you said, we never did this shit before. Like, we don't know what no hat's supposed to actually look like or what the quality standards of a hat to be. You know, like most of the hat companies that's been around, of course, white, legacy owned, been around since the 1700s. Right. Shit, but we don't have access to them.
That shit been passed down.
Like,
that information
down. Like,
been,
I don't know shit about hats. I'm making hats on the motherfucking floor in my pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, man. It was really just confidence over time, becoming more passionate in what we were doing and becoming passionate in, honestly, your ability to create and build something. Mm-hmm. Like you said, like we don't normally see Black people like us creating companies from the ground up. You know, and I literally was like a couple of days ago was just like, damn, like it's a blessing because I got niggas really creating companies. That's like, I was literally in the car, was like, my girl was like, yo, babe, I got niggas really creating companies. I'm not talking about no small businesses. I'm talking about tech companies, real estate companies, $1 billion companies. So it's like, when you think back on it, it's like, damn, like you don't think your idea from your mind can actually provide for your future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I remember like it was yesterday, it was like, when I realized, like, oh, we got something special. We literally, so our spin, our PR spin was utilizing that we were alphas, and we created a luxury brand. Mm-hmm. That was our spin, right? And we had this article go viral. Shout out to Quintessential Magazine. They wrote an article about us, and then for some odd reason, it caught on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And it had over 100,000 views on Facebook. So, like, we literally had the whole community, like, talking about our shit on Twitter, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it was like kind of like a surreal moment. It was just like, because you're not building this shit for no clout. We're not building this shit for clout. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm truly building this shit because I had just went full time. Right. So like, nigga, I gotta eat. Like, this ain't no. Yeah. I think niggas forget, like, when you create a fashion brand, you know it's supposed to be cool. It's supposed to look good and shit. Yeah. But niggas gotta really eat.
You gotta pay the bills, bro. Yeah. You got like, mortgages and shit.
You know what I mean? Like, me getting fit, that's a part of an expense. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I don't think niggas realize it's like, yeah, it's cool to look, be in a fashion game, but I was full time in 2018. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't get paid shit. I lost my car.
Trust me, I know the guy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I lost my car. Niggas came and got my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable to say that shit now because I wouldn't have said that shit, tell nobody that back 3 years ago. It was happening, yeah. Right. That's not something that you just blurt out, but I think niggas got to understand, like, this life of building a company, those first 4 years, we weren't getting paid.
Not a dime.
Not a dime.
And you spend it, and you spending more than you bringing in. People looking at you, doubting you, you trying to...
You perceived a certain way.
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga popping, he all over. It's like, yeah, man, it's cool, but niggas still not, like... For me, it's like, it's not success until I got a meal in my bank account.
You feel me? Yeah.
I can look good. I can be perceived that, oh, Archie just everywhere. He's doing Patron and all this shit. It's definitely a blessing because it just adds value to what my bigger goal is, but niggas ain't there yet.
Right. So talk to me about kind of, now you get noticed. You getting that buzz. And now you got to compete with, because once you get this notice, let me see how I can word this. Once people start noticing you, then your competitors notice you now. So how do you compete with now coming into the scene? Now you kind of got a product where you confident in. Right. Now you feel like I belong on this level. What is your mindset competing on that level and actually making sure your brand stands out even amongst the giants, even amongst the more established?
I mean, honestly, it's learning.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in like a cohort every year, a accelerator program every year. Like, so people don't know, like a cohort or a accelerator program is when you, of course, you apply, and then they teach you about business and different ways to scale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they talk about the same shit every single time. But for me, it's like I needed to like repetition.
It's repetition.
I need to
so
understand this as much as possible. And literally, bro, like I was in a gathering spot 24/7. Like majority of my relationships came from the gathering spot. Ryan, TK, them, like I was literally there at 8 o'clock before breakfast, and I'll leave at like 8 o'clock. And I'll just be there working, like going through different shit. And I think for me, it was just like, now it's about how do we build strategy, understanding how to do strategy. It's really kind of going back to Freeman, honestly, to bring that nigga up.
Right.
But it's like he was right. I hate to say that shit, bro, but he was right because you have to prepare for your shit and gotta understand it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like you can have the clout. When I say clout, we got the trend. We were trendy.
Right.
So people were purchasing because we were trendy.
Yeah,
because, you got these Alpha brothers creating a brand. They black. Went to Tuskegee. One of them went to Tuskegee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Alabama, Atlanta. So it's like it's cool to talk about.
But then what are you going to do to sustain
How
it?
you sustain it.
Right.
So now it's like data, funnel systems. Like I literally took a whole course about ads. Okay. I paid 2 bands for that shit and learned how to do it. I did all our ads. You know what I'm saying? So like all the stuff that we were doing, like I learned how to do it first. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I can truly understand how to build a business. And I just kind of like, I just position myself around niggas that were doing it too. And kind of just learn and understand like, okay, nigga, how do you scale a business? I didn't know how to scale a business. I was just asking niggas questions.
Okay. Damn. I feel like I got to follow up, but I feel like we going to touch this later. So let's go, because retail versus owning the process, kind of like you stated, like each part of your process, you kind of took the onus to figure out how it works so that you even advertising the hats, I'm sure down to the fabric, you wanted to get a kind of understanding of what's going on. What's the pros and cons of like owning the entire process from beginning to end? Kind of like, I mean, obviously you're doing it, but like solely keeping it in-house and not allowing your shit in stores versus kind of, retailing your shit and versus how you're doing it, kind of a mix of both. What's the pros and cons of keeping it in-house versus like kind of fucking with the stores?
So I'll be honest with you, we weren't looking to do retail first.
Okay.
Like I started for a second, but for some reason it just wasn't moving the way I want. So we honestly stayed focused on e-commerce. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it worked for us. Like e-commerce was working. We were selling. Like we were literally selling out. Like, and now honestly, it's crazy to think like to see people really fucking with your shit and you selling out. It's a complete mind fuck. Honestly, it really is. Because I just remember like, oh, these niggas is really buying our shit.
Right.
Like we literally had my business partner. We'll have boxes all through his shit. We had to box all them bitches up.
Like shit.
You know what I'm saying? But it was a blessing. But also it was more of a. It was a blessing because it's like, damn, like me being full time, it's just like, damn, like we really created something that people wanted to purchase, and now we have a opportunity to truly take this bitch to the next level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So to answer your question, for us, we wasn't focused on it. It came. So we let the moments come. Okay, it just worked. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like Nordstrom didn't come to COVID. Like during COVID, we literally lost our manufacturer for 5 months at the top of the year, and ended up getting Nordstrom in the fall.
It's crazy.
So it's like to think about that, it's just like, damn, like we must have been doing something consistently via social media for them to take the risks during COVID to bring us in. Mom, we didn't have no fucking product. We literally didn't have no money. For real with you. It just, God, this shit just worked out, honestly. So like, for me, it's like, Wear Brims was going to be successful. The way we were transitioning, like we really built it year over year within 5 years. Now, could we have scaled quicker? Yeah, but I mean, we didn't have access like that. We just had what we had.
If you could go back with access that you have now, would you play the game the same way you played it, kind of slow and steady, or you
I would try to raise money.
Okay.
Yeah, I would try to raise money for sure, because my thought process in the beginning was small business thought process. Is to make it day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year.
Right.
Now my thought process is big box. I want to be a Gucci, truly. But in order to be a Gucci or a Louis Vuitton or a Kith or AIM, you have to build infrastructure from the bottom first. We built it. We didn't build infrastructure first. We just was moving. We built infrastructure on top of what we already built. So it took us longer to scale because we had to kind of fix things as we went. You know what I'm saying? Where potentially, you know, if someone's building a business from ground up, I'll always advise you, like, treat it as a true business. Like, truly understand every avenue of, like, analytics and data. And if you know you have a weakness in this area, don't try to act like you know this shit. Like, bring a nigga in and do it.
They can do that shit.
Because it's only going to slow you down.
Got it. He dropping gems. I'm over here like, I'm thinking about my show. Okay. So, retail, when you get into retail, do they now take control of the I won't say distribution, the creation of your product, or do you still create your product and, like, just make sure they get your product?
It depends on strategy, right? So, like, one particular strategy what we utilized was, when I first talked to Nordstrom's, they wanted to buy more product, but I told them, I was like, no, let's start small, because I wanted to create the demand and use Nordstrom as a pipeline for marketing for us to build more legitimacy on top of our brand. So I wanted Wear Brims to continue to build, like, okay, Nordstrom's Wear Brims is doing a collaboration exclusively. So what we did was, the first release we did, you couldn't get it on the website. It was exclusively only available at Nordstrom's.
Okay.
So for me, it's like, it depends on the strategy. Like, for us, we need to create demand and use Nordstrom as a hub for us to create more hype on top of the brand. Versus someone that maybe have a stronger brand, they don't need to do that. So they just go in, they don't got to worry about that.
Take the product,
and then of course you may do a little marketing, but we use that as a whole marketing. We created a whole marketing campaign because we wanted to build more hype on it.
That makes sense.
So to answer your question, depends on what you're essentially trying to do, like,
and where you at in your kind,
right? Where you are in the business, because if you're trying to build more name for yourself, like Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus or Saks or Bloomingdale's, those great ways, because they got millions of customers,
built-in customers that have this, especially for like a luxury brand like that. It's just like,
right.
I'm drawn to it just because it's Nordstrom,
right?
And it's like, then you get into your story,
right?
And it brings them in more.
Exactly.
That is
exactly
the idea.
That's the strategy.
They built in your hype, and you kind of set your marketplace on where you want it to be.
Right. And also too, you want to make sure that you win.
Right.
If I come in too hot, we may not be able to sell all that. And in the day, for me, I was always like, yo, we just need to stay in.
Yeah.
That's the main. Let's not get greedy. Let's just stay in.
Because if you push it too hard, and then you miss the expectations.
They give you too many orders and you can't fulfill it. The order doesn't sell. And we never did it. We never, just crazy to think about. Nah, think about this shit. We never had a discounted product in 3 years. It was there.
That's good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
it's selling.
Normally that's a party that asks you about markdowns. Of course we talked about it, but we never had to mark down our product.
Mark shit down.
Once you start marketing your product, you're losing money. So even the money you get from them, they're gonna take that shit back because they had to mark down your product. So if you got a couple hundred units and it's been marked down, what they mark it down to, that's subtracted from what they already gave you.
Cut, right.
So you're basically paying them back.
Yeah, they're gonna send you an invoice. Like, look.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want no fucking invoice.
They're gonna be like, look,
say what?
We gave you advance, but
I need that back. You ain't
shit didn't sell like we thought.
Right there, you know?
And then another part of, like, I would think coming in too hot is now when you gotta discount stuff, 'cause I'm sure a place like a luxury brand, you don't want to ever discount your product, because I feel like you never see, like, Benz is off the lot. Like,
It's
you never
fucked
see
up,
them
though.
doing, like,
It's really-
specials.
Yeah, it's really a fucked up thought process, but it's just like, you can't really mark down your product because consumers get consistent with you marking it down. so it automatically waters it down. So like as soon as you get a discount from a brand that you just started shopping with, you're gonna you might not do it purposely, but every time you go back to the website, you're gonna go to the sale because you probably found a dope ass piece. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh shit, I got this on discount. Oh shit, I ain't gotta pay full price. Because at the end of the day, even me, like, I shop on this spot called Essence. Got all this shit. I go there for the discount.
Right.
Because they offer it. Mm-hmm. So why the fuck I'm gonna shop for it at regular price? I don't give a fuck. I got the money to get it at full price. But why do I need to get it at full price? I'm trying to stay. You want to niggas that rich want to stay rich. Yeah. So it's like, why am I gonna get some babes that cost $500 and pay $500? I can get them at $200 on sale. Mm-hmm. Why I'm just gonna wait? They do the same sale every time. So now I know the website of companies programming. Yeah. So now I'm just waiting for them.
Okay.
So now for me, I'm thinking the same way for y'all as a customer. Mm-hmm. I can't give y'all a discount every single time because if I do that,
that's the expectation.
Literally, we had a customer say, "Oh, you have a discount now." I was like, "Oh no, this is not good." No, real talk. Like it's not.
I get it. I definitely, because I understand. I mean, like you say, the consumer looks at it one way,
right?
But as a business, you got to look at that probably a 180 degree differently. You know what I mean? Because like you say, Nordstrom got a reputation to uphold too. They don't want people coming in their shit looking for sales either. They trying to get top dollar, so they want products that are gonna demand top dollar all the time. You know what I mean? Right. See, like you ain't going no matter what season it is. You know, like my mama, we used to shop for shit. Get your jackets in the summertime and shit.
Tax free.
Yeah. All right, good.
Man, that shit,
good luck in Nordstrom.
They still do tax free?
I don't know. I'm sure they do. I'm certain they do.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I think. Damn, we was poor.
Hey man, it was different times, man. Like, got a tax-free weekend. You already
tax-free and had to put it in a little way.
Yeah, but you get that acting real good when tax-free weekend come. You're like, all right, let me not get in no trouble at school. Yeah, for sure.
Damn, that's crazy.
Real quick on Brims, any future collabs, different lanes you guys plan on taking, and also your favorite collection so far.
That's a loaded question.
I know.
So, Wear Brims is in a unique situation right now. As far as future collabs, no future collabs in regards to Wear Brims.
Okay.
I'm actually working on something, a new project that I'm launching in September.
Okay. Talk to us.
Brain Love, which is going to be a luxury brand, apparel brand.
Okay.
So for me, these last, honestly, since November have been very rough for me. Because mind me, like I told you, I've been full time since 2017, 18. So like I've invested everything into this business. Mm-hmm. Like everything. So for me, it's been tough to kind of figure out what my next steps are. As, this first journey is slowly coming to a close. You know what I'm saying? Definitely grateful for that journey. But now a nigga is super confident in his ability, which is me, to create dope shit.
That's it. So you the product.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's the future collab. Archie
is the future collab.
Is collabing with himself. Yeah. To bring more dope shit. Brain Love, you say September?
September.
Beautiful month, birthday month. I need some brain love, man.
You're changing lives.
Come on, man. So, favorite collection, man. I mean, since this is
collection, I'll say my favorite collection. Ryan Peach. That was probably one of my favorite collections, man. I think that was a super dope. That one and the first one we ever dropped was The New Beginning. It was a great joint. One of our best sellers. Ryan Peach is one of our best sellers as well. Created some dope shit, man. Like I look back on it, but like a nigga really created fedoras and made them cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really like, for me, man, it's I feel like during this time period, a lot of niggas may have been motivated or inspired because of what we built. And I'm not saying it in a cocky way. I'm saying it in a honorful, grateful way. Because it's just like you never know how you can impact niggas based on what you create on your own risk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful that we were able to change nigga thought process around what it means to really create something special.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely did that because one, hats is like unheard of. Like, nigga, like where I'm looking at, I'm like New Era make hats.
Right.
Fucking, that's about it for me. It's like, so any other hat outside of that, and it's like, yo, damn, that's fire. And then like to watch it, like you say, go from ground up to like
Literally ground
now,
mud.
it was like, yo, because my granddad, I was like, my granddad huge, he loved hat.
Right.
And the word brim, I learned from my granddad.
Right.
He like, I just got to go get me one of them brims. He old school, you know.
Yeah, old school niggas.
He spent a little time in the military in Kansas City, so he got that old school player vibe with the hats and shit. So once I told him what you had going on, he was like, he's looking at me like, oh yeah, you know, he reminiscing because it was like you brought back kind of that old school vibe with the new school kind of energy. He like, man, if I wasn't, you know, at the time he like in his 70s, if I wasn't as old, this would be what I have on.
Right.
He like, tell him to make some shit for old man. That's what he always say.
That's real.
He like, tell him to make something for old man.
That's real.
And so it's just dope to kind of see that go from ground to where you at today.
Right.
Sound like it may be coming to we just gonna say a pause. We gonna hold our hope, but it seemed like a new direction is coming, obviously.
Yeah.
So I guess we be doing everybody a disjustice, you know, disservice not to kind of get this elephant out the room. Everybody here is expecting, you know. I told a couple, I'm like, you know, everybody like who you got next. They seen kind of the energy we coming with this season and kind of really tapping in and fucking with people this year. Because like you said, I'm like, man, we really got homeboys and homegirls and friends of friends that just do so much dope shit, bro, throughout the years. Like, I know so many people that like by the time we're 50, like we gonna be all chilling on yachts and shit, kicking it, like real talk.
Can't wait.
Real talk.
Can't fucking wait.
So obviously everybody listening, we all connected. A lot of Ski fam, a lot of connected. You know, everybody kind of do. Even the people. I mean, like hell, y'all photographer. My boy Derek. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Two completely different circles.
Yeah.
You know, y'all obviously, you know, frat brothers.
Yeah.
I met him on some just turn up shit. This motherfucker took my fucking bridal photo. I mean, not a bridal, fucking
engagement photos.
Not engagement. Baby.
Oh.
The baby photos. Then we took some Christmas photos with him. Right. I mean, shout out to Megs. Hell, she designed my fiance engagement ring. Yeah. I'm like, damn, I was mad at Archie. He like. The whole time she was telling me like, make sure you bring your camera so we can kind of document this. This motherfucker did the right thing and documented it. He did the right thing. I'm like, damn, that was me too. I was sitting in there. She pieced that shit together.
Man. You gotta get the content.
Yeah. I be bullshitting. I be trying to get everybody else shit right and be fucking up on mine. But like you see, like there's like so many places in our lives we connected. Like same engagement ring. Your fiance got her engagement ring. Obviously, you went and step by step. Got the, you know, engagement ring created. And it was that was a hell of a process too, by the way. So we just all connected and it's a family. So obviously the family is concerned and interested.
The family wants to know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Niggas
let me ask the proper question.
He
Hold on, Twan.
Too much,
I gotta ask the proper question for the content real quick. In your perspective, what went wrong in the business / relationship?
So for me, at the end of the day, I am an individual that is very, very, very focused on being the fucking best. Point blank period, bro. When I literally tell you I've sacrificed everything for this business, like I lost my car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like niggas don't understand this was never a project for me. It was a project at a point in time, but it became real life once I became full time. So for me, it became a thing of just truly wanting to take this to what God told me I was supposed to take it. Like I literally saw this in my head. It was supposed to be everywhere in my head. Like I literally saw it in a dream. So for me, it's just like point blank period, man. I'm not gonna go all in depth into the shit, but I will say is that you gotta hold niggas accountable. And if I'm supposed to be your nigga, and you know that I eat, breathe, and sleep this, and this is the way I eat, in my opinion, you're supposed to hold them down, right? And I'll be real with you, I just felt like, niggas didn't really understood that shit when it came down to the nitty-gritty. Mm-hmm. And I had to make a decision for myself. At the end of the day, I've been thinking about everybody else but myself. And I have a career. I have aspirations. I have stuff I want to get. I have a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish. And, like everything, some things must come to an end, but you give niggas an opportunity to see where they stand. Mm-hmm. And I gave a nigga the opportunity to see where they stand. And, unfortunately, it went the opposite direction of where we wanted to go. And it's okay. Like, niggas, like you said, my perspective, right? Niggas may see this and say they have a different perspective. But at the end of the day, niggas really know that I've kind of been like, I literally sleep wear brands, man. Like, I'm no cap. Yeah. Like, it ain't really like no fake shit.
That's why I say we family. So inside, we know, we can feel, we can see the blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, so I just never, because I know y'all gonna talk about the fucking video and shit. And I at the end of the day, nigga, like, I'm a real ass nigga. I don't gotta say shit to nobody on no motherfucking social media. Mm-hmm. If you gotta say some shit, you can literally where I stay at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it was weird to me.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, this is the first time I've addressed this video. Mm-hmm. I ain't, because for me, at the end of the day, bro, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what my purpose is. I know what God put in my heart. And at the end of the day, bro, that nigga know that I ain't do shit to that nigga. I just held the nigga accountable, and he didn't want to be held accountable. It's point blank period. That. So, like, you can cry or do whatever you want to. You think you made you can say whatever you want to say, man, in regards to the situation, and it's okay. It's okay. At the end of the day, some people want to work hard to get where they are, and some people don't. And at the end of the day, if you really want to be, I want to be a fucking billionaire.
Right. In
order to be a fucking billionaire, you have to hustle every fucking day. I don't give a fuck if you got 6 jobs, nigga. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to hustle. And I'm going to be a fucking billionaire.
Right.
And I'm going to be a fucking billionaire, and no one's going to get in my way of that. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's as simple as that. And like I said, I'm not, so for me, at the end of the day, like, I'm not the type of nigga that's going to talk. But I think Tahj is the most talented nigga in the fucking world, bro. Real talk. I think he's the most talented person in the world. I think he had the potential to be a very boss nigga in the fashion world. But we talked about LeBron, we talked about Kobe, we talked about all these greats. They want to get better every single day.
Right.
Everybody got talent. Mm-hmm. Got niggas in the hood that got talent. Where they at? Still in the hood.
Right.
Because they don't want to put the work in.
So, well, I ask you this, and now I get into a different question. Have y'all had a chance since, obviously, he put the video out in March, and it's still on his page, by the way, which I'm just not understanding from a business perspective. It's like, yo, if this is going as well as from my eyes, as this is going, from now, conversation we had just talking about how you took some shit from out of your trunk to a 7-figure business, it's like, something had to be going well, and I just couldn't understand what got in the way, like, at least from, like, the brand. Like,
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I think that I honestly don't know, because for me, through this whole process, this shit's been going on since November. Mm-hmm. People are thinking that it had started then.
Right.
It's been going on since November.
Okay.
So for me, it's just like, he truly wanted to hurt me.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
He truly wanted to hurt me, because in my thought, how I look at it is that if I talk about somebody, for me, he looked at it as a standpoint of that he was a celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. And he thought that he can garner the followers, like the public opinion, mm-hmm, to be on his side to get me to do what he wanted me to do.
He ain't know Skeegy strong than a motherfucker, did he?
He didn't know that. So for me, it was just like, when I saw Chance called me. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, you seen this shit? I'm like, I'm oblivious.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Because there's other shit going on as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit he was talking in the video, none of that shit was going on.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. We
You know
we dropped the twine,
so it's
like, nah, nigga.
That was another thing too. Is just like, damn, my nigga, if you gonna go on social, kind of like actually tell the truth, on what was going on, and not use this as some loving hip hop shit,
right?
To express your feelings to your family about this shit, and don't be honest with it. Like, it's clear as day. We have emails. Like, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things, like I said, these things are happening way before that video. So when I didn't even look at the whole video, because for me it was just like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, y'all know we went to school together. Like, I just don't like talking shit. It's not what I. It's not like what I do. So if it's like, for me, if you had an issue, we've already
just addressed this shit.
Already addressed it a while back.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk
we
about
can
here.
address it again, and. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it was just like, I feel like that was some bitch ass shit. In my opinion, because it's like, even if you have a different perspective, it's like you truly wanted to scarner my name and get people to think differently about me. And that, for me, that was kind of fucked up part about it. Was just like, because really it was like, I always wanted him to win. Like, honestly, I always wanted him to win. Like, I never wanted him not to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we still had an opportunity to win.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, for someone to stoop that low because they don't understand business.
Right.
And don't really understand how to truly look at a business from another level. For me, it's like, you putting that video up made me realize that you didn't give a fuck about Wear Brims.
Yeah, that's what, really, like, because
the brand.
Yeah, because for me, like, once you start doing anything, it don't matter if it's hats, it fucking media like I'm doing, it could be fucking clothes like you finna get into. The process isn't much different. You kind of got, like you say, every day you hustling. If you, depending on where you want to go, if you just cool sitting in your fucking room, your living room, podcasting with the homies, cool, we made it. You know what I mean? But if not, you got to bust your ass every day, develop relationships, go get them sponsors, keep busting your ass, take them courses, figure out them ads.
Because I'm not to cut you off, but what niggas don't realize is that regardless you trying to hurt me, you hurt yourself. Really
right.
Because it's your brand too.
Yeah.
Cause that's why it's like, you never want, if regardless, even when you with your girl, like, you want to be conscious of, like, the stuff that you say, because it's like, you can't take shit back. Once you say it, like, you really gotta work hard to get that relationship back.
Because that's what I'm saying. We dropped in the group chat. It was like, damn, like, that gotta be it for it. And it's like, how can you, like, from even the image, it's like, now you didn't watered your brand down. It's like, I watched the Air video, right? The Air movie with Michael Jordan. You seen that yet? And it's like, he told her, like, when you go into Adidas, ask her who running shit. And you're going to realize, like, they in a bad spot just from the business standpoint.
The whole situation.
And that really might be why Mike and Nike, and then you look at, like, the next company take off from your fucking misfortune.
Right.
But getting back to what I was trying to say, it's like when you even, doing this, I've kind of run into that, the people I started with, obviously you can look, especially because we doing media, ain't the people some of the people that's still here. And it's for that same reason, because, like, I ain't even made it to the point where you made it to yet, but I tried it full time once, realized, all right, this is a little bigger than I need. I bit off, went back to work. But it's like, I live this shit. This like from like this bigger than a podcast to me. I'm trying to build a brand that's gonna, like, be the next CNN in the world, where you come to us and we gonna set the record straight type shit. You know what I mean?
That's where the vision start.
Yeah. So like for me, I got the same energy you, and I can, when you doing it, you can see, like, nah, ain't no way this motherfucker here who lived this shit gonna sabotage himself. This ain't no motherfucker who came into the company 20 years down the road, got promoted into a C position, you know what I mean, and now he got some say. This the motherfucker that built it. Why would he sabotage himself? Especially when it's going as well. So that's what kind of threw me off. And then, like you say, when it's just a clear assault on just character, because it's, for whatever reason, I can't appreciate it. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest, man. It was definitely a sad. This process has been sad. You know what I'm saying? And just full transparency, I feel like, we don't. I guess it's a story that will be told. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we also need to understand that business is a very tricky place, and business is not one foot in, one out. It's not, because we have to remember that, like, at the end of the day, man, people eat, man. and we have people that work for us that are contracted for us. Like they may not be fully responsible for their salaries, but we're a part of how they eat. You know what I'm saying? So I've always thought that way. So for me, it's just like it's sad because we had something special, man. And I'm definitely, I'll say this shit, man. Like I am grateful for Tahj, man. Real talk. I'm grateful for Tahj because without Tahj, my mind would have never. Well, I'll say this, like I'm grateful for Tahj because from a creative standpoint, I never thought I could be creative until I got in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that because I had the ability to evolve and grow. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like we all grow, we all evolve, and sometimes we all want something, but not all want it. Right. Because there's another extra mile that you have to go to get certain things. Because I'll be real, most people ain't never seen $1 million. So we don't know what that really looks like. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen 30,000 customers. When you get it, it's like, oh, okay. Now it's like, okay, cool. Now you got to build strategy. So now it's like you got to take your stuff to the next level. You got to evolve. You got to get better. You got to become a better CEO. You got to become a better founder. People don't realize like a CEO and a founder are two different people. Right. Don't ain't the same people.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, normally that
because you could be a founder here, but you better grow as a CEO, a CFO, a creative director. Right. That person don't need to be the same person as the founder because the founder was the one that founded the company. Right. That person don't got to change. There's founders that own companies still get paid, don't have to do shit. Right. But that's why there's a CEO that runs a company and the founder sit back. And unfortunately, this is what it is. Like we are the founders and we have to work for the company. I work for Wear Brims. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that.
Right. Hey man, we with you. Twan was like, nah. That's why I'm like,
I didn't buy it, man.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying it.
Been to like the chair he was sitting in. I ain't like his posture.
I didn't like I didn't like nothing he had going on. I didn't like the get up at the end. It's like, yo, if you gonna come out with a tell all like this, don't nigga rid the mic. Like, get you a real. You should have went to the top notch guy. You got to really sell this. And then it was just like, I don't stand on bullshit. It's like.
This whole video was bullshit.
Yeah, like you ain't said nothing.
Like, y'all could go through what y'all going through, right? And the company could just go your separate ways, and your reputation stays the same, and so does his. Yeah. Right now, we just see this situation with him, and so that's always going to be his reputation. So I think that's a bad kamikaze he did.
Yeah, man, niggas was like, one of my niggas hit me, was just like, bro, you going to say some shit? I'm like, nigga, no. Because at the end of the day, I got more juice than you.
Talk your shit.
I'm going to show you that I got more juice than you. Facts. That shit didn't impact shit.
It really, that's what I'm telling. I'm like, I was telling Twan, like, yo, I don't know.
All those followers and the credit shit, but I got me kind of wavy in here a little bit. And I've been wanting to say this shit for a minute.
Talk your shit. We setting the record straight.
It's just like, bro, like, you can't even sell your own Troy hats. Oh. So it's like, you got all these niggas from Troy on these niggas, like, oh, yeah, man. I'm with you, but they ain't even buy your hat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta be. At the end of the day, niggas, like everybody, like when it comes to evolving and getting better, you gotta fucking be self-aware yourself. Like I know I ain't perfect. Right. I know I ain't perfect, but nigga, at the end of the day, Wear Brims was my job. Like you can talk all this shit you want, but like why would I? Like it doesn't make sense. Why would I sacrifice my own job? I don't like you. Yeah, niggas may say, oh, Archie throw these parties and shit. He do Patron. Patron just came. First and foremost, that just came in January. You know what I'm saying? And I literally been Wear Brims was my only check for the last 2 years, and those other 2 years I wasn't even getting paid. Right. I was just working at doing odd shit.
The shit just don't make sense in real. Like first off, real niggas don't respect that type of energy. Like even I can't spill the beans on the later segment. But real niggas just don't spill the beans, man. You kind of hold it together, so ain't nobody respecting that type of energy, bro.
Yeah, and for me, like
real business folks don't respect that.
I wasn't gonna say shit, but for me, it's just like I'm not gonna talk. I'm not talking shit about that nigga. I'm just telling you what it is. Like I am grateful for that nigga.
He talked a little shit,
but the shit was weak. It's weak.
He didn't talk a little shit.
He didn't talk no shit. He did.
Talk about it. I did.
It's okay. He tempered his ass, but
it's cool.
That's his one.
But that's one. You know what I'm saying? Nigga dropped it's a whole 10-minute video about me, dog.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I watched it again today.
I can at least get one. I can believe
get
one.
You
get it up.
Yeah.
Just
you know what I'm saying? I owe my shit. I owe my shit. I did talk shit. I apologize. No, I don't.
You know, and there's no need to apologize, bro. Like I say, bro, we here to just to set the record straight. We here to give niggas a voice, man. I'm sure that's just liberating for you just to get that shit off, you know what I mean?
Man, no, it's honestly not because it's like, I've been talking about this shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, it's like I said, if niggas don't understand this, I had to truly get my mental together.
Okay.
Because at the point, I was just like, damn, what am I going to do?
Choke this nigga?
I'm not even that. Fuck choking this nigga.
That don't change.
It's like, I'm about to, how am I eat?
Right. Yeah, because
like,
you're thinking about it
like,
from a
nigga,
different
like, I'm
perspective.
literally, how am I going to eat?
Right.
Like, that's my thought process. My head is just like, how am I going to eat?
That's real.
Like, it only gets no simple than that. Like,
that's
how
real,
am I going to eat? That's like, that was the fear was in place. It's like, damn, like, we can't even come to a consensus. So now it's like, damn, this shit's not going to work. How am I going to eat? Okay.
And like off the court, you know, I like to keep the sport vibes. Have y'all been able to? Because obviously, when you do some shit like that, you know, that's too far gone. You know, you can't go out and be like, you know, Shaq slept with. It's over with. You know, we gotta, you know, hey, yo, Nick Young, how many times you cheated on your girl? We gotta trade you now, dog. Yeah. But have you all had an opportunity to kind of get any resolution off the court?
We are good.
Okay.
We're like good and like that's it. We'll lead it in that
space.
Space.
That's what I want to keep.
You know what I'm saying? I wish homie the best of luck in his future endeavors and shit. And I hope that nigga, you know, gets what he wants. You know what I'm saying? But we got two
Troy hats.
Yeah, we got two different goals, and you know, I got another journey that God has positioned me on, and I'm excited. I'm ready.
Brain love.
I'm ready to change narratives and really create different ideologies around just life. And I think niggas have the opportunity to really change niggas' lives and shit. And I want to be one of them niggas to do that. You know okay. It really ain't about money. It's really about like I feel like doing this process, my full purpose has been shown clearly. Like it's fucking clear as day. And I'm grateful because for me, it's like, you know, like Tuskegee's home, like Tuskegee's love. Like I want to play a major role in helping Tuskegee. Like I really want to use the little influence I have as I grow to like honestly give back. Cause niggas don't really see niggas that's really doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
shout out, hand claps to my dog Archie and all the other let me change my tone with this one. And all the other people, we kind of lit, man. All the other people out here that's kind of doing their thing.
We deserve this shit. You know
and giving back and doing it with the right intention, man. Like I told Twan before you pulled up, man, I'm no matter if you, the pronoun shit, we joke about it and all this shit, but I'm with anything with people that's good, that's doing good for the world. Right. If I see you reaching for and giving back and you fighting your fight, but you also respecting that fight and putting in and not, you know, because it's real easy when you get trapped in your fight to get selfish, you know what I mean? So I respect the people who don't forget about everything else that's going on around them. So shout out to everybody who doing that for sure in their sector. Last question on this bullshit. We're going to get back to Archie Clay, the man, and who you are. Do you chalk this up to doing business with your friends? Because I run into the same issue. Or do you just think that's just this a one-off and you can do business with your friends? You just kind of got to make sure you set the tone a little better up front.
I'll be honest with you, man. It's a little chip on my shoulder because for me, for this, whatever my next endeavor, I need to show myself I can do it by myself.
Okay.
So it's really like a competitive thing in my mind. It's just like I know what I did for Wear Brims, but it's like I want to test myself. I want to test myself. I want
Young Kobe right here.
I want to look at things from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? I want to evolve. So I want to build something that comes from my heart, truly.
81-point Archie coming soon, man.
Yeah, bro. So it's like,
you feel
I don't chalk it up to not working with partners. Whatever guy hasn't played with me because I definitely think you can get money with niggas easy. But I do believe that niggas got to have the same mindset.
Right.
And if this has opened me up to kind of have a better understanding of how niggas move and really pay attention to niggas. You know what I'm saying? And because niggas don't want shit. Like niggas want shit. Like, you know, everybody in the world wants shit, but there's sacrifice, and it's bro, it's different layers of sacrifice, man. It only gets harder every time. It only gets harder every time, man. If you don't have the right, bro, like if I have my fiance, dog, I don't even know where the fuck I'll be. Like, bro, real talk, like I'm gonna keep it 100. If my girl wasn't there, bro, this shit could have went completely left.
Shout out to the beautiful women, because that,
bro, like left.
I can testify to that. Is like I was in some real dark places in this last 4 years, hell, last week, you know what I mean, and that one in there, man, she like a buoy sometime. I be just floating, but she just come on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You need that shit.
Real talk. You know what I mean? So shout out to her. Let me give her some claps, man.
Shout out to y'all queens. I'm out here floating by myself.
Yeah, man. But you can swim good. You like Phelps right now.
I don't fuck with the ocean though. It's like sharks eating niggas.
It's different. It's different. But let's talk about, okay, we got the Wear Brims principles, right? Archie, I did a little research, man. It was founded on family, faith, and confidence, right? But we moving on. Now we got Archie versus Archie, right? That's what we're going to brand you as. That's what I'm pushing you as. The Archie Clay principles, I stole this off your IG. You got faith, mindset, evolution. Now, faith are the one thing that sticks. And then we got mindset and evolution, and those two things that I didn't listen to you touch on. We ain't said a word about this in the entire show, but I've heard you say evolution like 10 times and mindset probably like 14 times. You know what I mean? Right. So it's clear and apparent that really means a lot to you.
Yeah.
So did your Wear Brims principles were family, faith, and confidence? Was that something that you embodied generally, and now you've kind of evolved to faith, mindset, evolution? Or have they been separate like that the whole time?
So no, I feel like the first phase of my journey was faith, family, and confidence. I think family is always going to be an underlying thing for me.
For sure.
But I think for me as an individual, it's like as I'm shifting from Wear Brims and, you know, going on my own, it's my mindset has to continue to evolve. And I'm also understanding and have understood that my faith has to stay locked in. Like I have to stay prayed up. I had to have conversations with God. I have to figure out what his journey is for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And evolution part, man, it's just really like I've really been on some shit where it's just like we talk about like LeBron James and Kobe, and we idolize these individuals, right? We love their stories. We watch their documentaries, and the one thing these individuals all have in mind is that they always evolve, right? But for me,
talking about that for sure.
For me, I want to evolve past the money, right? So for me, it's like I want to be the best future husband, the best dad, you know what I'm saying, the best businessman, you know, the best business partner, or the best teammate, or whatever. Like I want to evolve past. I feel like America has put us in a box, right? Literally, and they put us in this box, right? And some people jump out this box every now and then, but those like the 1%, or maybe I say under 5%. But everybody has that same thought process when it comes to different things, right? Even in corporate, right? We get in corporate, we get to 6 figures, make 200, 300, whatever that may be, right? But our thought process don't ever change, right? Like America was built to lie to us, right? So it's just like if we know that, but we still accept it. So for me, it's like some shit is just bullshit, and you got to call it out as bullshit. And some people are afraid to do that. So for me, it's like I ain't saying I'm political and shit like that, but it's more about like business and family and thinking differently, challenging my fiance. Like, no, nigga, like we not gonna do the same shit these other niggas do.
That's me.
Because for me, it's like my sanity is as important as your sanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think like sometimes even as men, we got to do certain things.
I'm not
like,
with
no,
that
nigga,
shit.
I'm not doing that shit. Because if you don't want to do that, I ain't going to do that shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I talk about evolution, it's like for everything. Like, I want to be consistent working out. I want to get better fucking niggas up in Muay Thai.
I seen my boy out there kicking and shit.
So it's like, I want to get...
I'm like, if Archie ever try to fucking kick me, I'm breaking a bottle of Patron over this nigga head. You hear me? I'm watching this nigga on IG like, yeah, he think he gonna kick me. All right.
Crutch shot wouldn't even kick you. Let's throw hands with you.
No, fuck that.
I'll just throw hands with you.
He gonna kick anytime a nigga got that in his toolbox. It's just naturally. He gonna pop you right in your shit.
I've been doing martial arts since I was 3 years old. I've never kicked a nigga.
Really?
No, not in a real fight.
That's just some white boy shit.
I never kicked a nigga.
Because Archie do always. He either boxing or I'm not fucking with him for real, actually. He probably really is. If he rage on you, he'll probably fuck you up. I'm not trying to get raged on by Archie, bro.
Pressure points and shit.
Yeah.
But no, like, I feel like, man, evolution is like, it is one of my principles. Yeah. Like, and that's what the new brand is about. Like, Brain Love is a luxury brand that is for a customer that wants to evolve. Right? It's for a customer that believes that in order to be the best version of themselves, they need to continually evolve from a mental standpoint and a mindset standpoint. But they also need to understand that whatever you believe in, I don't care who it is, that has to be connected to you in order to be your best version. I ain't talking about money. I ain't talking about getting no bag. I'm talking about this becoming a well-rounded individual that's evolving every day and it's looking at the world differently.
This nigga spitting right
You know what I'm saying? So for me, this new brand encompasses a different form of luxury because we're going to give you the 5 shit and the highest quality shit on Rule level, Off-White level. It's going to be on that level. Mm-hmm. But we're going to shift it up. We're going to change it up a little bit. Like, we want to have a social impact to what we do. And, like, for example, we'll be donating. We're trying to decide what we want to do, but we'll be donating a certain percentage of our sales every month to a mental health organization.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, like, for me, mental health is, like I tell you, my dad had a mental breakdown, and if I didn't have a clear understanding of my mental, this probably would have been a phase in my life where I would have had the same shit happen to my dad.
Right.
The biggest difference is between me and my dad is that I had my mom, my girl, and my family around me like a box.
Hold you down.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
And keep me, because I came in a moment where I felt like, damn, nigga, I'm a failure. Like, I literally just fucked this shit up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all I put all my eggs into this shit. Right. I got a girl. I'm about to get married. Like, it's so much shit going in my head right now. It's just like, damn. Okay. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Mm-hmm. Like, I can't give up, but I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. You know what I mean? But I had niggas to say, yo, nigga, get your shit together.
Tighten up.
Tighten the fuck up, nigga. Like, this ain't the last shit you gonna do.
Right. Life is just passing you by while you sitting here.
Unfortunately, my dad didn't have that. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't do anything past this, being where he is now, but his mind has never been right. And I think that I want to give niggas a cooler narrative around mental health, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be something that we don't talk about. Like, we all go through shit. Like, we all have dark moments. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. Like, it's really okay. We can't be human without having dark moments. And if people get more accustomed to hearing people's moments, I think people will be more successful. Yeah. Because we think everything's so perfect.
Right, and it's not. Because, like,
not.
I'm sitting here and we not near, where you made it with one business. You finna move into another one. And I'm sitting there like, well, damn, it make you feel a lot more at ease on your journey when you like, okay, somebody I know, I feel like Tahj, I got so much in common with. We came, you know what I mean? Like, right. I know you, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, this can be done, versus like we so programmed. And me and Twan, I literally was like, it's crazy that like, and I was telling them like, I kind of go through and like do my research. I had you do the questionnaire, but I did my research and put the shit together, then looked at what you said. And I'm like, damn. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I caught a whiff too. I'm like, yeah.
I caught it. I said,
the smell of dinner came through.
Dinner time.
Yeah, but we were talking about evolution, and I always tell my mom this because I'm in this household. I challenge like tradition. I just think tradition is like a box, and it's just you get caught up into doing shit. And if I don't, you got to tell me why we doing it. And if you can't explain why, I'm gonna do some other. I'm finna figure out like what's best for me because I'm not going with it just to go with it.
Right.
You tell me to pay my taxes, like, why? Because you're going to go to jail, cool.
Right.
Bet. But if you ain't got a good reason, I'm going to do my own thing, you feel me? And so, like, I talk to my parents, I challenge them a lot, and because I feel like they haven't been forced to, like, because I say Atlanta is like a place where if you want to go be successful, like, you're going to have to, you can't fake the funk.
Right.
You can't be fake open to homosexuality because you're going to have that gay person that's really good at what they do, and if you scoff at them at the beginning, you're going to blow opportunity. Or like just something simple as like a bonnet, you know what I mean, or a do-rag, you know what I mean? And the way that you perceive people, you know, can really influence how successful you are. And my parents wouldn't even deal with somebody who wore a do-rag, Archie.
Right.
Imagine that. And there's people that you know, I'm sure. LeBron being one of them.
I wore do-rags on meetings, bro.
Yeah. You feel me? LeBron's a billionaire and walks around with...
Man, listen, at the end of the day, bro, I'm going to be me. Like, I'm going to be me. Nigga, of course you're going to get polished up. But I'm going to curse. Like, I'm going to be me, bro. Like, I'm not about to... Like, these white people don't do that shit, bro. Them niggas wear flip-flops and shit, bro. Yeah. Like,
telling you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course there's different lanes where you have to move a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You have to be perceived as a certain way, of course. We know that. But when it comes to just being yourself, like, nigga, don't fold up, man.
Right. We just talked about that the last show. We not into, like, conforming because, like you say, they don't. Yeah, you're going to come to whatever they got going on, how they determine it's going to be, and you're going to meet them at their way. So it's like,
see through that shit.
I respect that. Let's talk about your journey, though, and kind of we here and talking and we digging into Archie right now. You said, like you said, your father obviously walked out on you at an early age, had a mental breakdown. Didn't know this, you were homeschooled.
Yeah.
Through 8th grade, you know what I mean? So obviously, would that be your mother get supplying the schooling, right?
Yes.
So that goes without saying. Father walk out on you, homeschool. Your mother played a pivotal role in pretty much every. I'm sure you said it when you said your mom, you know, your fiance, you know, and your close circle of people kept you grounded. So mom's been there from day one. Talk to us about the relationship with your mom. And also, just so we can keep the flow going, you big bro, right? You top dog. So being big bro and then watching, you know, your younger siblings kind of follow behind you. Like, talk to me about just kind of that upbringing and seeing it from that perspective.
Man, mom is a special person, man. She just powerful, dog. Like, people don't understand, like, me and my mom relationship is so tight because we come from just me and her. Like, when my dad walked out on me, indicator, right behind Redan, left the crib. You know, it was just she had to get her shit together. Like, it was nothing. She didn't have a moment to be emotional. She didn't have a moment to. I don't even think she cried, bro. It was really like I remember that shit, bro. It was really like her like a what the fuck moment, and she just had to get her shit together because we didn't have no place to stay. Like, they literally kicked us out the house, apartments, because like we didn't pay the bills. So it's like. End up going. We were in the Nation of Islam, so we went over to my mom's sister's houses and we lived over there for a little bit, and went back and forth and shit. And my dad was in my life off and on, but my mom was someone that never talked shit about my dad. That's fine. Always just, cause my grandmother before she passed away, she was like my connection to my dad. Like, I struggled with my connection with my dad because I just felt like. My mom would always talk about how dope he was, like he was a model and all this shit. But what I only saw a little glimpse of that dad energy my mom always talk about, like when I was younger, and he had that energy off and on maybe till I was like 10 or 12. You know what I'm saying? But I never got it consistently, so I could never understood that shit. So I always struggled with that shit. And honestly, most recently, it was always difficult to talk about my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, my family will always say, like, I'm just like my dad. I look just like that nigga. X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So he clearly was a nigga that was popping in the point in his life. You know what I'm saying? With the TSU. Like, you know what I mean? So my mom loved him. Like, literally loved that man. You know what I'm saying? She still loves that nigga. And she's almost 55 years old. Like, she talks about it like she's still in love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at that shit. That's like true love. Like true unconditional love. And, like, my mom will always, like, when I used to spaz out, like, during, like, you know, when I was younger and shit, she'll always say, like, you can't do that. Like, you need to be able to control your emotions. I want you to be emotional, but I need you to be able to control your emotional. And she was like, you need to always talk that shit out. Like, I don't give a fuck who you talking to about that shit. You know what I'm saying? That kind of always maybe bit me in the ass in the future with, you know, girlfriends and shit like that, because I'm always talking to my mom about issues. Yeah. I have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't talk about it, it consumes me and shit like that. So I got that from my mom, and that played a pivotal role in, like, honestly, my development, because I always wanted to talk about my feelings. I would always cry. When I fought, I would cry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I was just very, very, like, free with my shit. And, like, my girl is, you know, she's not saying she struggled, but, like, what she would be like, you know, your mom and your relationship is I've never seen it before. Mm-hmm. Like, me and my mom, we tight. Like, we super tight because my mom has been through so much. But for her to be so powerful and be able to raise 3 amazing kids, bro, and all of them, my 2 siblings are fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, them both going to Tuskegee University.
Right.
My little sister graduating. I have an amazing niece now. My sister's doing very well with having a baby. Mm-hmm. So, like, the power and the strength in our family, man, is fucking solid, dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, for me, it's like I, as an older brother, even though my brother's transferred to Georgia State, and he kind of struggled, you know, with going to ski because during COVID, he came out during COVID, so it's different. But for him, man, it's like I want him to be the best, man. I want him to be the best in who he is and understand because he struggled. Like he thought we had, you know, having 2 people go to Tuskegee and my mom loving Tuskegee. I think he had a little pressure trying to live up to
what y'all did. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always told him like there was no pressure for you to do alpha. There's no pressure for you to do anything when I did. Listen, I told him like, bro, I literally just had fun. Mm-hmm. Like I literally just had fun, bro. Like I literally I did all this shit to have fun and get in shit for free. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like I don't know, maybe that was just naturally what I was supposed to do in school. You know what I mean? It was what it was.
Everything works out for us.
Tuskegee or anything like that. I just, bro, had a great fucking time.
Bro just turned up.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I think
bro was turned from day one to day
fucking
to
one,
the day whatever the 4th year was.
I got to fight like 4 times during the last.
Yeah.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like, my siblings are beautiful, man. Like, so it's for me, it's just like I can't lose. I have to continue to set these standards for my family, dog. Like, I want to create a new dynamic for our family, man. I don't want to settle for shit. Like, I want it all.
Y'all said 50, bro. It's up. It's
going
going down.
So it's like whatever way, and honestly, it's not even about me. It's like whatever way I can help my fiance for what the skills I have, or my sister, or my brother, or my sister's boyfriend, my mom. My mom is getting a master's. So it's like whatever way
Shout out to my dudes.
like whatever way I can just inspire you. Like listen, my mom was like, "You just hard." I'm like, "No, I'm not hard. I just know what you capable of doing. Like you raised us, like my nigga, like
tighten up,
you know
like you know like, you got this."
I'm just not like. She's like, you taught me like I'm your friend. Like you is my friend. Listen, like you my mama, but you my dog. You my nigga.
You want to see her do well.
You accountable as I'm gonna hold my niggas and my girl accountable.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like, get your shit together and figure out how to work that computer.
Yeah. Tighten up. Come on now. I love that, man. So, obviously you said Tuskegee. You went to Tuskegee. Your sister graduated from Tuskegee. Your brother went. You say your mother loves it. Speak to the influence of Tuskegee, man, and the relationships you were able to create and forge in that place, man.
Man, Tuskegee is special. Y'all know what the fuck.
Come on, man. We already fucking know.
Dog, man, class of 2012, 2013, that whole 11, 10.
Aye, let's go.
That hub, man, is just like, regardless of like, y'all know how toxic Tuskegee was back in the day.
It's nuts, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I think,
part of that shit.
Bruh, yes. But I think even graduating, dog, it's like I didn't want to leave.
Me either, bro.
I didn't want to leave, man. It was just a beautiful. I feel like our class is so tight. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what everybody's doing, it's just like even when we go back to homecoming or we go to these parties or events and shit, it's just like love, man.
It's real love,
it's
bro.
Real love, man. I love seeing niggas. I love seeing the crazy shit that pops up out of nowhere. The gossip.
Yeah.
Still at we 33.
It's still I love it.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? But
it's like it's real family shit.
It's
you
real
like
family shit,
this
man.
nigga go again.
You heard about Cam and him, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He
so
doing
it's
that
like,
stupid shit.
I was just like, even my shit dropped. I was like, oh, these people about to start talking about me. I'm like, now, you know, but man, Tuskegee, man, I can't even describe like the passion and love for Tuskegee, man. I feel like it's just different. I don't even know how to explain it. Like you can't even describe
that
it.
place made me who I am. I ain't gonna cap too.
Like I came in with long tee.
Yeah, backpack boys.
Backpack boy, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hat on top of it. Yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying? And being where I am now is just like Tuskegee played a major role. That's why I still go back, man. Like I'll host, I'll do. They don't pay me shit, bro. Like I just go out there, bro. Like
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, not only do I believe that they're worth, Tuskegee is worth so much more.
It is.
Of what they're doing, man. And I just feel passionate about that. They have so much more to work and do. And I want to be a part of challenging them, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that we have so much work to do as a whole, too, when it comes to curating experience for us. Like, when it comes to homecoming and coming back and really highlighting these individuals. And I think that will align to be people giving back more. It's so much things that can happen. But at the end of the day, it's just like Tuskegee's home at the end of the day, man.
For sure. It's
home, man. Love everybody that came through Tuskegee, man.
It's really like I tell, she gets so mad about it. Because, like, for me, everything that I've done, like, first thing I do is try to find somebody I know that went to Tuskegee to take care of that for me. You feel me? And it's just like, everybody been so, like, even buying this house, like, hit Keith up. Like, yo, I need a realtor out here. Bomb. Made it, you know what I mean? Made it happen. Got me right. And it's just like, bro, Tuskegee without, like, I don't got any contacts outside of, like, Tuskegee. Like, I'm a military child, so, like, Tuskegee was, like, the first, like, ounce of stability for me. Where it's like, so it's like.
These are the alphas.
Yeah, running around campus, smoking Black and Miles and shit. You feel me? You know what I mean? Long way from there, bro. But it's like, when I got to Tuskegee, was my first, like, stability. Like, I've been moving around every 3 years, shit like that. So, like, my day ones, I met them, I was 18 years old. You know, a lot of people got kids. You came in, you Chance, Mike, fucking James. Y'all was already linked the day y'all came in. I don't know if y'all kind of met each other on some Atlanta shit or y'all knew each other.
We met each other the first, bro. We met each other.
Like, first day? So it's the same type of shit then. It's like, I seen this fool, he was wearing dirty Air Forces in 2008, bro.
First of
he
all,
was walking. Yes,
I only wear the Forces when it rained. I was a California nigga. Like, it was Vans and Chucks. Like,
he was on some other shit.
None of the other
I gotta
shit.
tell this story because
Twan was a wild boy.
Twan was, oh my god, this is the funniest shit, bro.
Oh, y'all was in that early shit too, wasn't
bro.
Yeah.
Twan was outside with fucking Justin. When Justin had my shoes on.
Keep going.
Remember, just y'all was outside in front of the Young Hall.
Okay.
Justin was sitting. I pulled up with the knife, and I was like, "Take my shoes off."
Early. This is trying to kill niggas the summer before school.
That's how toxic Tuskegee was, bro.
This nigga's wild,
like,
bro.
niggas was doing
used to tell some lies, though, man. So I can see. So Fairly used to tell some lies.
Bruh.
I had the kid to pull up on bro with the blade.
I had a fresh pair of whiteys, bro. And then nigga Furlough had them on outside, bro. Shout out to Furlough, though. Love you, my nigga.
That's my dog, too, bro.
Good, though. See how we can talk about
shit.
Yeah,
it's like, that's my dog, though. And it's
you
like, if you mad about it, oh, well. This how this Skiggy, bro. We gonna talk our shit out.
We gonna talk about shit, nigga.
Yeah. That nigga pulled it. So Archie was with this shit off rip, like, yo, cuz, come up off my shit. Shout out to Skiggy, man. It's just, we gonna forever have stories, man.
Oh, my God.
About that. God.
What's the last thing? Okay, so we actually hit all this shit.
Let's talk about homecoming.
We taking it off the rail. I'm about to say off the rails. That's what we going. This
go ahead,
This is the last part of the show, Archie. We on the downward spiral, but we get off the rails now. It's time to embody wild card because I want to bring media to people where they feel comfortable talking about things. Like you say, evolve. Like we should be able to talk about shit. We should be able to, one, be respectful of somebody's plight, talk about it. We can talk about it, move forward. And that's how I feel like the world should be. So I'm trying to create a media brand where the shit we do is going to be where we not creating media for people getting upset. We just talk about shit.
No, we just talk
so we getting off the rails, but we just finna talk about some shit.
Let's talk about the shit.
Twan already cranked it up, man. I'm letting Twan, go ahead, Twan.
So the people have been asking, what the fuck happened with the homecoming party? It's like the week before, the venue switched up. It wasn't a lot of information. Just we at this address now.
Yeah.
And then upon arrival, there was a lot of confusions with the section stuff. There was confusions with the drinks, the locations. People was upset. So like,
this nigga beat round
the
what happened?
What happened, man? And how we gonna protect this brand moving forward? Because people want to fuck with you. It's like the worst thing that happens with these homecoming parties is that it's 2-3 parties every year.
That's ass already.
So we want it to be y'all niggas running the party, but we don't want the people to lose faith in y'all.
Let me sit up. So look at my
shit. Want to lose faith in
y'all. No, real talk. Like no, so definitely, man. People don't understand. Like when it comes to putting the party together, it was a lot of shit, right? So like full transparency, the party was supposed to have been in the Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like I was visiting the Dome like a month prior to homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember someone calling me and saying like, yo, it might be an opportunity, we might not get the Dome, but it wasn't for sure. So we didn't want to make a decision and move the party, but didn't say we didn't have the party there, didn't have a place to put it.
Right.
So honestly, it was our fault because we didn't do a good job of organization. Because basically, all the section that we had in the Dome, people had already bought them.
Mm-hmm.
So we had, bro, like literally, we moved. Done all the sections that was in the middle of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We moved all those in an hour before the party.
I could tell it's like a jigsaw getting in.
So like we were trying, because for me it was just like, okay, we can't. Refunding people will make shit. We can refund niggas, but then it's gonna be an issue regardless.
Yeah.
Or we just try to
make it happen
and get everybody a section. But with doing that, it was a ricochet effect. It was a domino effect. Like
right.
It literally just dominoed effect. You know what I'm saying? So like, no, we definitely apologize. I take full ownership and apologize to everyone that may have had an issue. We're actually working through shit right now to figure out how we can fix that from last year. Working with a couple partners. So this year, like, we're not treating homecoming as a party. We're treating it as an event.
Okay.
So we want to be very, very intentional on how we curate the sections. What we say is what we say. There's no turn back. Even though if an issue arises with the venue or whatever it may be, because what happened was what you talk about the bottles and shit, we had an issue with the situation with the club and what the communicator was happening in the beginning. So that shit got fucked up with the waitresses because they didn't know what the situation was.
Right.
So it was just a domino effect around the whole shit.
Right.
So like for me, it was just like we just had to own it. Like we really just had to just eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because there really was nothing we can do about it at that moment because it was us and the venue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're giving the best experience to Tuskegee, our home, as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So this year, I'm basically controlling everything, really making sure that we have a full organization around just everything. Like I said, we want to create everything as an event. We want to make it an event. We want to make sure that there's experience. And that's why that's why we added the whole the photo booth. That's why the whole purpose of the Dome was to give y'all experience. Like we wanted the target in the fucking Dome and shit.
It would have been more space.
Yeah, and I think when we added all these sections and we had to put those 100-something sections in this small ass spot, it was just a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And there's no excuse, man. We definitely apologize. I should truly apologize to everybody that may have feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? That's not.
We need to get rid of the sections a little bit too and bring it down.
So
like saying throw money away, nigga. You can't do
That's
that.
That's a lucrative process.
Do that, you know what I'm saying?
Floor space. You can't
it's
do
just
that.
like
that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's perfect real estate.
It's hard, like so. So I say this. That's why we want to create an event, right, where there's still sections, but there's still space.
Got it.
What we're gonna do this year, it's gonna be something a little different. We're gonna create like a little experience where there's different areas of the party, right? So this is just me just throwing ideas to y'all. Like there may be an outside component to it. So if niggas want to get air, smoke, whatever it may be, they can go out there. They may just want to just catch up with niggas. You know
Last time we did that, me and Cam got kicked out the party.
Okay, damn.
Yeah. What was that at? Old pre-bay. Old pre-bay.
Y'all got kicked out the party because y'all went outside?
We was outside.
But it wasn't set up for niggas to be outside. So it was just like, the outside part. it's like we just out there. We had been beefed out for like 3 years prior, so we just now finally talking to each other, hashing it out. We like hella fuck you, nigga, but like friendly fuck yous, or like slapping each other and shit. They like, y'all niggas gotta go. And so
well, it won't be that way.
Yeah. Early in the party too. Like, nigga, I just got here. Right. I just got here. We good.
We looking forward to the
Under the Shed.
improvement.
We want to create. That's why when we named it the Under the Shed, part of the first time we did it, because it's really us and Ricky. Those are the only two parties. Right. And Ricky my nigga, but it's the old niggas.
Yeah. Right. It kind of balances now.
It balances now. The old niggas. But what we want to do is we want to kind of give an experience to niggas, because niggas may want to just come in. Parlay a little bit. So if y'all not remember, there was if you came in, there was a little lounge restaurant area to the right when you came into the club. Bank. So that's a nice little area. So we're thinking about doing something there for niggas that want to get a nice little bottle, get some food and shit, kick it in there. Still be music in there. You still get lit. You can go back and forth.
Use the same venue.
We want to potentially use the same venue, because bank is bank. Cool. The bank gives you experience. It'll give it a little bit different experience. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make it work. We're going to make sure.
Yeah, I think knowing the lay of the land.
Yeah, we're going to make sure niggas is.
In there taking laps.
Take care of niggas.
It was late. I still had a good time. I don't want
to. It was like different sections of the party. Even though it was tight, it was like, oh shit. We over here in the middle section fucking with Kirk. Kirk over here sleep in the parties. Just got here.
Just Kirk, bro.
We over here talking shit with the basketball niggas. We just beating the championship. It was like each section of the area.
Yeah, smack them niggas.
Shout out to the Soul Inn, my nigga. We did
Shout
that
out
shit.
to the Soul.
I got my t-shirt to this day, man.
Come on, turn up on these niggas.
It's crazy.
Real quick, let's play a game.
Oh shit.
Last thing we do here. Oh, it's called Pick Your Poison. 3 topics. You're going to talk about one.
Okay. Pick one.
Your pick. I'm going to give you the topics.
Okay.
BBLs. Ooh. Derek Jackson. Ooh. Zion Williamson.
Derek Jackson.
Pick your poison.
Derek Jackson.
Yes, let's go.
Derek.
So we got a multi-layered thing here. Since you Skeegee, we gonna talk about who was Derek Jackson when you was here. That's that boy. I mean, when you was at Tuskegee, like your Derek Jackson experience. Number 2,
there was no Derek Jackson.
The fallout with his wife, like and what she got going on now. Have you seen? I'm sure you've seen. Okay.
My girl sent it to
me. And then number 3.
It looks so bad.
I feel like we need to start a petition to cancel Country Wayne.
Oh, hold on. You can't do that. I'm a everyday watcher.
So talk to me. Here we go, Archie. What is your Derek Jackson experience? Tuskegee experience.
So I'll be honest with you, that I don't really have a Derek Jackson experience. I just used to see that big nigga just walk on campus. And he used to talk to Dunny.
Okay.
So that's my only.
That's all you seen, bro.
Derek Jackson experience. I do have a future experience that I didn't fuck with.
Okay, talk to me.
So I remember this nigga. So we maybe year 3, 2. We had this little Martell anniversary party at. How you know?
I think I was there. Keep going.
We had this anniversary at the Martell Penthouse.
No, not that one.
At the Martell Penthouse, right? And I don't know why I invited him, but I invited him because he was up and coming. He was moving shit, connecting and shit. Tuskegee, you know what I mean? Like, pull up. Bruh, this nigga had the audacity to ask me to pay for this nigga parking. Bro, and I was just like,
who are you?
Nigga. Like, what? I'm not paying for your parking? Like, what is that?
Better pay them $60 and bring your ass up here.
It's free drinks and food up here, bro. You come into Martell Penthouse, you're not even popping that hard yet, bro. You making a little wave, which I'm acknowledging that you making waves, my nigga. Niggas making waves, you making waves, bro. Right. I'm not gonna doubt your waves. You know what I'm saying? But that was I ain't like that shit, bro. I thought that shit was corny and shit. I never really paid attention to Jared Jackson. You know he wanted to be an alpha. We ain't let him be down on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. He was trying to be an alpha. He was trying to be Gamma Phi. It's all good. You know, we love you. We don't love you.
They don't love you.
But I just feel like I just feel like he's some cornball. He a corny, bro. Like I just feel like, a nigga that gets success that act like he don't get women. I just don't understand the ideology behind. Cause you gotta understand, like, this is how I look at shit. When you get more power and you get more money, niggas are ready to shoot you, especially if you're in the limelight with social media. So it's like you have to be very cautious. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he is talking about like bad-mouthed niggas and shit. I don't care. It's just really like he has the platform now.
Right.
So now niggas see you consistently, right? So like the sooner you do some dumb shit, they gonna flame you.
Yeah.
And I just feel like
you gotta be
Derrick Jackson was always kind of corny to me, so I think it was just a matter of time for him to get flamed.
Yeah. And I mean, because you gotta really be about the message you sending these days, too.
Yes, and his wife, you know, it's his ex-wife now.
I'm not sure what they got going
on. So we're not going to talk negative.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think this may be a big Ponzi scheme.
Franchise, because she out here selling.
I'm just like, yo, for me, it's just like, I just don't want to be a nigga that is using my platform to force myself to stay relevant.
I feel that.
And I just feel like she is using a situation I'm pretty sure she's scarred by.
Right.
Regardless of how she want to paint the picture.
She's like, I'm going to get something out of this.
She wasn't someone that was out like that. And even in school,
she was super
niggas didn't know her in school like that.
I had class with both of them.
She just always was sitting next to him. Right, or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you never been that type of person. So I just feel like now she's using it to her advantage. Now, hey, I mean, she has a right to.
Right.
She getting paid off that shit. Hey.
Get your money.
Get your money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not subscribing, but
it's just
get
like,
your money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's to really have a dope name versus to have a name connected to some drama.
I feel that.
Drama sales.
Because with me,
it's a nasty game, though.
You
got to keep it up.
Yeah.
You got to keep it up.
Yeah.
And then Country Wayne, though, because me, I knew him a little better because I was an account major. I guess he might have he was an account major too.
Country Wayne.
Huh? Some comedian.
Country Wayne is comedian.
Oh, Country Wayne. Country Wayne.
Yeah.
You went to Tuskegee?
No, he doing videos with Derrick Jackson.
Derrick Jackson is like, he's low-key like explaining his story through little Country Wayne clips now. And it's nasty.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, just check it out. I seen one.
He's a character.
And they're really like long and drawn out.
A character for him.
No. So it's Country Wayne's network. He's got like, it's like a little soap opera. Okay. He dropped like little 4 to 5 minute videos just all day, maybe like 8 episodes, and it's just running storylines. And so now Derrick Jackson character has entered the world, but he's still Derrick Jackson.
Yeah, he's himself.
He's himself. And so like people is looking at him like, you hear about this nigga? So they're kind of like explaining the shit he's going through in the public light. It's like, you're still selling this shit.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
My nigga he got the greatest pivot foot of all time. This nigga been standing in one spot, pivoting on niggas and just cashing in. Pivot.
Even with her.
Yeah,
it's just like she shitting on us over Christmas break on Instagram. You seen that shit?
Yeah, that's
what screenshots of that shit.
She shit old.
Just niggas talking shit about them.
Cause you know Skeeky is like, we gonna come and like defend like.
I feel like she was talking to us.
Yeah, because you know how we kind of.
I didn't know her like that, honestly.
I didn't either. She really just let off some real bad.
She went out for real quiet.
So for me, when I saw that video, I was just like, this is so out of character.
Yeah, so it's
so out of character. So it's just like,
this can't be healing. That's what I'm saying to myself.
Be healing, and it's like, it's unfortunate that you allow this nigga to still control you.
Because she's selling the same shit he's selling. It's just
and she really just building this nigga.
No, she's part of it. It's his wife or ex-wife. Like, they have children together. So it's still like, I have to provide in some way. And it's just they doubling down in the brand. This is what he does. This is how he sells and makes money.
She's like, fuck it, me too.
We're going to turn our divorce into this too. So you can eat. Because people still fuck with him.
It's nasty business.
You still fuck with him.
It's nasty business all around. That's why I say I love everybody at Tuskegee, but that guy there, he's one of the few stains we got on our resume. He bad for business.
And the thing about, he don't even talk about Tuskegee like that, so it's great.
Yeah, I think he knew where he stood when he left.
He knows where he stands.
And I ain't like the shit he pulled because I sat in so many classes with him.
He's a cheat. I mean, you just cut it out. So we all used to cheat, but
we all used to cheat.
Yeah, everybody. I was.
He wasn't trying, my nigga.
Yeah, every fashion.
Cheat or repeat.
That was it. But bro was like, he really got on some shit, like you say. Like for me, it was like, bro, I know you like legit. Like you say, you know, you just seen him around. Like, bro, I got like 7 classes with you, so I know you quite well. We've done projects together. I got a good familiarity with you. Bro was like, I'm just speaking my piece on like what I know about bro personally. He came, you know TC, right? He came and told me and TC that we was nobodies at Ski. He was like
recently?
No, this is a long time ago, like when he first got his following, like, because he never really, like you said, talked about Skeeky, so it was like he was just Derek Jackson, this mysterious figure where he come from. But Skeeky niggas like, that's wild, man, weak ass, you know what I mean? And so I was just kind of like having a moment like that. Man, that nigga came and was like talking crazy and told me what he was going to do to me and shit. And then just, it's a long time ago, like 2016 vibes. I've been on this nigga ass for a long time. Like that. And so it was like 3 months later, Twan, I feel like a real gangster. I mean, what's his? Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
With all my homies and shit. And he walk in with all his homies. And it's like a big standoff. It's a big stand.
Have a brawl
but he's like but he's just a big bitch. It's like my big like he's just so big, but such like a I would have squashed my little, you know what I mean? I would have just took my 2 hands, just smashed me real quick, got me out the way. But bro just really not like built like that. And he just, every aspect is like he want to be like the whoremonger, like, you know, I mean not whoremonger, like the relationship counselor, but he ain't shit. Then he want to be like now he the new tough guy. He ain't shit. I don't like God. It's just, I'm not a fan of his work. I'm not a fan of his existence. He's a stain, but I'm like Archie said, I'm glad he don't claim us.
Definitely don't claim Ski because he know what it is.
And as far as this lady, because I just got to get my rocks off here, I'm not fucking with her either. Because when we extended our olive branch, like, oh, hey, we can empathize with you. We feel sorry for you. She was like rebuking us and like casting spells on us and shit on the internet.
Casting spells.
Yeah. Archie's so lost. She's like, when was she doing this?
I ain't got a video, but I for sure got the
He got the screen. He been holding on to the screenshot for like for a year.
Bro, like, what is going on?
It's just messy, bro. It's just messy. But you know, they like our.
Man, you know we got that.
You had this shit waiting.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That's off the rail, man.
I like off the rail.
Sorry, but not sorry, Derek Jackson. Fuck you, guy. But shout out to Archie, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
No, appreciate y'all.
Twan.
Oh,
you don't remember that? When she went like, when she went live and she was cussing everybody out.
But this screenshot shows.
Oh my God.
She was angry. Yeah. I'm like, yo, relax. We're just telling you that
somebody is a vagabond. That's all I remember.
Oh God.
But man, Archie, appreciate
y'all doing amazing shit, man.
Thank you, bro.
Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay consistent, man. Like, whatever way I can help.
I'm feeling the same way.
Whenever, man.
Brain love, shout out to that. It embody everything I stand for. So just from like a Skeegy already, you had my support from the jump. Appreciate but I truly believe in. I mean, I love clothes. Yeah, everybody got to put some clothes on.
For me, man, I just want to give this dope pieces to individual, man. We shop all these other brands, you know what I mean, which is cool. But you know, man, we want to have an impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's bring this shit back in house. So I'm with that.
Sure. Yeah.
So same for you. Everything you do is dope. I want you to know that you inspire real niggas. I don't care about anybody else, but you inspire niggas who trying to do shit out here. You inspire niggas who, in dark times, you like, even if it's just like, I know this nigga. Right. We didn't sweat together. I can do this. If this nigga can do it, sometimes it's just that.
In the soul sweating.
Yeah, sometimes it's just that. Like, no, this nigga sweating the soul with me, shirt off. He's not any more capable. And then other times it's like, man, that's my nigga, man. Like,
locked in.
We got to get it. You know what I mean? So beyond this, we going to stay tapped in. We going to stay locked in. We pushing. Yeah, we got to lock in.
We neighbors.
West Side Atlanta niggas.
West Side niggas, you know what I mean?
Never thought I'd be saying I'm a West Side nigga.
Come on, let's go.
Crazy, nigga, East Side's out.
I'm practically from Atlanta now. Once I get to year 10, I didn't purchase property here. I've been here 10 years. Give me, I'm not rooting for none of the teams here.
I can't do it.
I'll take the Braves. I'll take the Braves.
I'm gonna stay with the LA teams, but I'm gonna be Atlanta nigga. I'll be 10 years.
Yeah, bro, I'm from the A. That's just it.
Hey, niggas,
I'm a West Side Atlanta.
Y'all know y'all just love the A-Day, man.
Yeah, the A-Day.
Ain't crazy. I ain't going nowhere. I'm out, nigga.
That was hey,
where we going?
Y'all pulled up right at the takeover time, like when Atlanta was showing niggas like, yeah, we got it. It was like
bruh,
the
special, bro.
What's the rich kids and all them niggas, man. It was a good time, man.
Travis Porter. That was a special time, man.
I'm a stoner, young thug.
That's a special time.
Roscoe Dash.
Yes, bro.
That's a special time.
Just shout out to everybody. Shout out to our community, man.
That's a special time, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming through, bro. For real, man.
Of course. Y'all my niggas.
You know what I mean? That's another episode, HasBeens Pod, episode 4, man. My dog Archie, he busy. He gave us some time. He about to get out of here and get straight to it. Appreciate it. We out.
Yes, sir.